grew up around many different languages, would you suggest focusing on one language in particular, opposed from your native language, or would you suggest just kind of adding on languages as much as you can?
Depends on the person. It depends on how open and you are to learning new languages and how easily it comes to you. That's one factor. But I think you have to kind of target, you have to focus on one language that's going to be your target language, where you're going to be the specialist, right? So if you're native German, you're going to translate into German. But if you know 3 other languages, you can use those as source languages. It always helps to know more than one. Sure, because you can translate from more languages into your native language, and then you get more call, from clients, as opposed to when you only have one language pair. But it depends on everybody's situation. I would say it's not necessarily an advantage. I think a lot of people think you just have to know a lot of languages, but translation has its own skill set and techniques, and it's not just about speaking languages and just adding random languages. I think you should really know what you're talking about in the languages that you have in your portfolio.
Well, in saying that, I know a lot of people who speak other languages, but tell me I would never be a translator, I would never be an interpreter. So I think there's kind of a false idea out there that just because you speak another language for whatever reason, that doesn't necessarily make you a good translator or a good interpreter. I think it's a field that I don't want to sound overly, there's a calling. I think people do have a gift for it. Certainly there are tools to learn, but I think it's something that, I've had people try it because they're bilingual, but then they say this isn't for me. They use their language skills in other fields. So it's definitely not a given that all foreign language speakers will make a good translator or interpreter, regardless of what the language combinations are.